Hello again, I'm Brian Newman, and I want to take you through a brief analogy of why 5G network security is so important. I want to walk you through a common commodity we're all familiar with. That commodity is water. Water that each of us needs every day, water that represents a necessity for life and something we probably take for granted and give little thought to. Unless, of course, there's no water. When it comes to water, we know that it comes from clouds that provide rain or precipitation. That precipitation collects into reservoirs where water is drawn to serve cities and communities across a geographic area. Big pipes carry water to those areas to local pumping stations. At the pumping stations, the water is distributed to multiple types of end users. It could be farms, factories, businesses, individual users like you and me, as well as first responders like fire departments. The water flows to smaller and smaller distribution centers before it reaches its endpoint. Each end user may have different water needs at the final destination, dictating differences in pipe size and water pressure. Think of that fire department that may need high-pressure water continually and lots of it for emergencies, a factory that needs water continuously to manufacture soft drinks, and a family that just needs a little water and uses it on a sporadic basis for day-to-day personal health. This is a simplistic approach to how water distribution occurs from origin to delivery. And of course, there's a whole system to carry wastewater away as part of the complete water cycle. We'll just stay focused on water delivery. Looking holistically at water distribution, there are multiple points where delivery could be disrupted. Water could stop flowing from clouds. Pipes from the reservoir could be turned off. Pumping stations along the route could be shut down and disabled in specific ways, and water could be siphoned or stolen between end users. Imagine what water disruption could do to a city of 1 million or 10 million people. Everything would be impacted from restaurants to businesses to homes, and not to mention government services. At this point, you may be asking, what does this have to do with 5G? Could 5G solve this problem with sensors and wireless connectivity between each endpoint and distribution? Yes, indeed, that would be possible. However, I would ask you to think of water as this ubiquitous, pervasive commodity. It's everywhere and necessary, but again, we hardly consider its importance until it's not there or not available. Now let's swap the concept of water with data. Not just any data, but data that starts on the internet and leads to distribution points across 5G wireless networks. The clouds, both private and public, rain down into the ocean that is the internet. From there, massive optical fiber pipes connect every corner of the globe. With 5G pumping stations or 5G core and radio access networks, they send data to every end user based on need. High bandwidth, high capacity, and low latency. At each distribution point, along each path that 5G networks traverse, there's the opportunity for bad actors to steal data and to stop or disrupt the flow. Today, 5G has been deployed in nearly 60 countries worldwide, and it's being integrated into all aspects of business, government, and society. You may be thinking that data is not as precious a commodity as water. Maybe that analogy that I was using just doesn't fit. I would ask you to think about recent disruptions in the United States and globally to gasoline supplies and meatpacking industries from ransomware attacks. The fact is that we now find ourselves needing to protect a commodity, wireline and wireless networks, plus their applications that manage water, fuel, food, business, and our health and safety. In the United States, the Department of Justice now equates ransomware with terrorism and how serious they treat it. With that said, that is why 5G security deserves focus and priority among mobile network operators, businesses, consumers, and governments that depend on 5G and applications that are being built to run on 5G.